Yes, welcome once again to TOI Sports, your daily guide to all that's happening in the IPL 2025 season. This is Beyond the Boundary, and today on Beyond the Boundary, we are joined by Dwaipai and Datta, and we'll have a couple of more guests joining us very, very shortly. Uh, Dwaipan, welcome to the show. We'll have more guests joining us. First, to start off, big match coming up now, the playoffs, the first qualifier to be played between Punjab and Bengaluru. How do you see this qualifier panning out?
It's a, like if you ever get a battle of equals, this is it. Two teams completely evenly matched, player for player, man to man. There is nothing to choose between these two teams. You couldn't have asked for a better game than this, and kind of the qualities that both teams have. They have kind of similar qualities like informed batters, a couple of good quality bowlers. Like everything is so evenly matched, and so it makes it really very intriguing. And the fact that the match will be played in Mullanpur, where it has been very interesting. There have been four games. Two games have been 200 plus score, and two games have been uh, very low scores. So it has all the ingredients of a very interesting game. Like I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to whether Josh Hazelwood is available for RCB. If he's available, it's a massive boost for RCB. So those are the things that are to be taken into consideration as we go into this game.
We are also joined by Gaurav Gupta. Gaurav, welcome to the chat. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes. Gaurav, Punjab making it to the playoffs after 11 years. They've really been through the fire. And I guess that game against Kolkata, where they defended 111, that really summed up the season for them. Gaurav, can you hear me? Weapon, the question goes to you.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, that was the turning point. Like that was a game. Like if had KKR won that game, they would probably have made the qualifiers. The way they were going, the trajectory of their performances at that point of time, and once that game Punjab won, Punjab got that confidence that anything can be achieved. If you are going to defend 111, you can do anything. So that was a very crucial win for them in this narrative of this IPL. Uh, uh, that match, you are absolutely right. It was central to this entire Punjab story, where it has been about batters, mostly about batters. But that match was won essentially by the bowlers. I think Chahal bowled brilliantly in that game, and the rest chipped in. So that was the match that kind of turned it around. And probably, but I am not very sure whether they are going to play on a track similar to that here, because that's a kind of in many ways it's a lottery kind of a pitch. Like if it falls your way, it's fine, but if it doesn't, then you're jacked. So it's better to play on a pitch where there are a lot of runs, uh, where it's more even. Like you play better, you win. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at the way both the teams reached the playoffs, the Royal Challengers Bengaluru seem to be going swimmingly well. Just in that last phase of that league phase, uh, they suffered some bumps. Otherwise, they had a pretty good run in the playoff in the league stage.
Yes. The way they started off, like Royal Challengers Bengaluru, from the word go, they gave the impression that for the for maybe after a very long time they had come into this tournament prepared on all fronts, everything taken care of, all constituent parts falling into place. So there was an element of planning that earlier was not seen with Royal Challengers Bengaluru, that was there this time, and that showed. And so even when like somebody like a Liam Livingstone was not performing, so they had a ready-made change available. So those are the things. Even when Devdutt Padikkal went out, like who would have expected that they will go for a Mayank Agarwal? Mayank Agarwal is not your typical T20 player, but then that shows that there is a lot of thinking going into the way they have approached this IPL, and that is kind of they are reaping the rewards for that. That's how I feel. Like this kind of planning, meticulous planning, I haven't seen RCB doing before.
So, Dwapan, then is it uh, certain that if you have to do well in the IPL, you need to do first well on the auction table? Is that
Absolutely.
the is that the
Complete,
setup? Yeah.
completely. Unless you have a clear plan in your mind and you do well on the auction table, it is very difficult to uh, just come to the field and succeed. And and the thing about auctions these days is that all teams are smart now. There was a time when IPL auction was about the smartness of only two teams, CSK and Mumbai Indians. Like they were the smartest. They knew what to get, who to get. But uh, it slowly with time we have seen how teams have got smart. And this time RCB, Punjab, these teams were fabulous in their picks. Like they knew who to pick, how to pick. RCB, one hitter, one player who can hold. They banked on Team David. If Team David wasn't great in the years before, but they banked on him. He did, and reap the reward. So that's how it should be. Like the meticulous planning is key to success in T20 cricket, especially IPL cricket. Like unless you have a perfectly laid out plan in place, it is very difficult to succeed.
And also, I think if you look at specific the both the teams specifically, Bengaluru, they were criticized over the years for their lack of planning with regards to the bowling options. They focused more on the batting. This time they focused on the bowling options, and you can see the rewards for that. Punjab, at the other end, was seen to be as very reckless in the way they picked sides, chopped and changed and everything. But with a guy like Ricky Ponting at the helm of affairs, things changed over there at Punjab as well. Do you think all these things matter, both sides, if you look at it?
Yes, yes, completely. And Punjab also, what was very interesting about Punjab is, see, when we look at an IPL team, what is our first tendency? We try to look at the players that we know, known players, like who are success on the international fronts, that kind of players. But Punjab, if you see, Punjab Punjab success this time has been a lot about three guys. One is your Priyan Sharia, one is Prabh Simran Singh, then Shashank. These guys these were they banked on this. This was a module which Mumbai Indians used to follow. Mumbai Indians, like they brought, even though they had stars, they brought they got Bumrah, they got Hardik Pandya out of nowhere, and then they became that unbeatable unit in that phase between 14 to 19 20 when they were winning. So this was a thing that Punjab did very well. Punjab did the scouting part very well, and they banked on players like Priyan Sharia, Prabh Simran Singh, Shashank Singh. We did not expect these guys to excel the way they did, and that is how the team has been so. Yes, there are stars, but this Punjab team has not just been about the stars that we know. So that was very important.
And also, Dwapa, in the previous game, the last game of the league phase, where Bengaluru beat Lucknow, they provided a new template to chasing 200 plus scores. They didn't. There was just one six in that first 12, 13 overs. It was only towards the end that Jitesh Sharma came in and spanked six sixes. Do you see that there is there could be a new template to playing T20 cricket, or are we leading to one victory?
I see as MS Dhoni always keeps saying, like there is a importance of boundaries. You will not always hit sixes. It is not always possible to hit sixes. You can also hit boundaries, and that can also boost your score. So that was, I think, what RCB was doing in that game. Though RCB were in a tight corner, let's face it, RCB were in a tight corner, and had Jitesh not come off in that during that phase, they might not have won that game. Having said that, as you had said, that it is not just about sixes. Yes, you have to have when you are chasing 200, 220, 225. In IPL these days, 125 of 60 balls is chaseable, provided you have 7 to 8 wickets in hand. That is the beauty of IPL, which you probably do not get in international cricket. You will hardly see in international T20 cricket that 120 getting chased of 60 balls. But that is what IPL does. IPL uh, because of that extra batter, because the opposition sometimes lacks a bowler here or a bowler there. So those things, so those are the templates. So and having that belief, so that belief factor where they got so many runs chasing. So that will be massive for RCB going into this game.
Interesting. And just a couple of things that I wanted to touch upon is the fact that there's been a lot of reaction to the way Digvesh Rathi was dealt with during the league phase by the match referees and the umpires and everything. We've got Gigi also joining us now. Gaurav, welcome to the chat. Just wanted to understand this whole Digvesh Rathi scenario. I'll come to you, Dwepan, as well. This Digvesh Rathi scenario where now Virender Sehwag has also weighed in. We've seen Ashwin commenting on the whole run out at the non-strikers, and he's proved to be quite a character this season, Digvesh Rathi. And he's upstaged India's T20 regular Ravi Bishnoi.
Well, definitely a very good talent, excellent leg spinner in this format, but also I think very temperamental and somebody who's not really, I mean, doesn't sort of place on-field behavior at the top of his list, from what I can gather. The way he sort of goes after the batters, I would say, sort of stretching it a bit by making those handwritten notes, that gesture which has now become very famous. I don't know. I had an issue with that. You do that generally, without pointing out anyone. That's fine. But you go to the batsman and you pat on his back and you tell him that ऐसे मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, ये थोड़ा सा मुझे थोड़ा ज़्यादा लगता है ये. And I think I was not. I mean, this marketing, the batter the other day, which a decision which Rishabh Pant took back, also was a part of that whole persona that he has. And I think he needs to correct his ways. I have a feeling he's going the Srisanth way. He's more of a showman and a sort of doing something that will, put him in the spotlight. It is his game which is good enough to put him in the spotlight, and I think it needs to be checked. But then you have, likes of Ashwin. I think supported him in this whole marketing thing because Ashwin himself was a somebody who would like to do this to the batters, and his point was also fair. That why should the batters get the extra advantage by leaving the non-strikers end earlier, much earlier than anticipated, then they can legally. And in this case, obviously, Sehwag is defending him, and there has been his behavior has been a point of this thing. This whole suspension thing has been debated quite hotly because initially the umpires did go after him for that celebration, but then they realized that it's not sort of harmful. It's not something that is derogatory to the batters, and then he was sort of let off. But now I think that it's getting worse. And then he tried this trick, and I would not be surprised tomorrow if he has a fight with somebody on the field, and now Sehwag is defending him. But believe me, this will stretch, and you will see another incident involving Digvesh Rathi in a few days, and this needs to be corrected, and he needs to be sort of spoken to that, boss, you have enough talent. Why don't you let your talent be on center stage rather than your behavior?
Dwepan, what's your take?
No, I think he's an extremely combative cricketer, and as long as he is not taunting the batsman after getting him out, as yes, once he went to the batsman and spoke to him, that was wrong. But beyond that, that is his way of celebration. Like, do you pull up Cristiano Ronaldo for the way he celebrates? Like you don't. Now that is also kind of an aggressive kind of a celebration. That's his way of celebrating. So why pull up the guy for that? He's a combative cricketer. He celebrates his own way. And about the mankading, I am completely in favor of his attempt to man. It was a desperate situation, and he thought there was a chance to get that player mankaded, and he tried doing that. It failed. It failed. I think Rishabh Pant had no point, no business taking that appeal back, like back your bowler. He's trying to win you a game. When the wide goes against him, third umpire gives him gives a wide, or that no ball that happened, that back leg hit the cut the inside line where he did not get the wicket. So he will get pulled up for that. No, so why give the batter that minimal extra inch when the stakes are so high? So only thing is, after getting somebody out, don't go to the batsman and talk to him. Beyond that, he has a way of celebrating, and it's fine. He's a combative cricketer, and he should be like that.
One question aside from this particular thing, Gaurav. Today, the BCCI released the itinerary, the schedule rather, for the Australia A and South Africa A tour to India. I noticed that this time they're going to play three one-day matches as well as part of that series, which was not the case in the last few years. It was just four-day matches. Is it being done? Are these three one-day matches being added just because two individuals may not be seen in any kind of cricket after this weekend? Is that the reason why those three one-day matches have been added? And will we see those two individuals playing those three one-day matches ahead of the one-day series in Australia?
I really doubt that, Chandresh. I don't think they're going to play at the end, at this stage of their life. They're going to play against Australia A. मुझे तो नहीं लगता. I think A matches पहले भी होते थे. I don't know what happened.
No,
We used to
only
go for
because
that.
चार महीने बाद
हाँ,
क्रिकेट
I know,
खेलेंगे
I
ना
know, I
इसलिए.
know, I know, I know.
That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah, yeah. But then there's also Bangladesh series in August, na? There's a
But
Bangladesh series three
there is some
ODIs.
confusion about that. There's some
हो
doubt.
जाएगा. I have a feeling ये हो जाएगा. I think वो खींच. I mean, there's a lot of time till August. We are still in end of May. There is entire June and July before that. So I think वो, because we directly do not have. I mean, political things aside, I don't know. I have a feeling what tour will happen. That tour will happen, and that is where they will get to play those three ODIs. नहीं तो फिर अक्टूबर में है. We are going to Australia. But I don't think. I mean, to see Virat and Rohit playing for India A and all, I really doubt. Yeah, boss. I think that those see the A ODIs used to happen earlier, A one days. I mean, when Sarkar was impressed with Virat Kohli se, that was after watching him in an A one day only, in Australia, opening the innings, when he finished off a chase. So the A tours were the A ODIs were a part of the A tours long back. But what I'm happy about is that this shadow tour business has stopped, and this is, I mean, not stopped exactly, but this is aside from that. I think South Africa was obviously sending its squad here because South Africa are supposed to tour here. But then your Australia A are coming here without the senior Australian team sort of coming here for a tour. तो वैसा ही होना चाहिए, because as you rightly pointed out in the last show, that this business should not be just about कि shadow tour से नहीं impact आ रहा है. It's not like India A के लिए जो लोग अच्छे खेले वो suddenly last few tours में हमने देखा कि वो खेले और उन्होंने कुछ खेले भी तो कुछ परफॉर्म किया. ध्रुव जुरेल impressed everybody, but then he got a chance in the test match, फेल हो गए वो. जब इंडिया एक में खेला तो impress किया उन्होंने. So I'm glad कि ये हो रहा है tours, that is good enough. But then also I'm happy about the women's this thing, which we must mention. We must mention that the women's team is getting to play three ODIs in Chennai against the Australian team before the World Cup, the Women's ODI World Cup, because that's also a very important tournament, and this series will be the right build-up for that tournament for the girls, for the women's team.
Yeah, the same question to you, but in terms of impact हो रहा है, if you look at what happened, the emerging sides of Australia, South Africa and Bangladesh, you saw what happened there. बहुत बड़ा impact हो रहा है. The South African player and the Bangladeshi player almost coming to
Somebody
blows.
almost got killed.
Yeah, but but that was a different thing. It's not A side; it's the emerging side. So, which means that they are putting their mind into that and looking at the level below A team as well. Dwapel, what's your take? Do you see Virat and Rohit playing that one day series against Australia A or South Africa A? Because it would be 4-5 months before they play any kind of cricket if they want to play ODI cricket.
It's difficult to say. Like they should see, if they seriously want to play ODI cricket, then they should play Vijay Hazare also. Like, how can you not play anything and turn up uh, uh, for the international ODIs
It's the
just
MSD
like that?
model.
Sorry.
It is the MSD model.
But MSD is doing it for in IPL. MSD is not. He was
But he's
not
not playing
doing
any
it.
cricket before that. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
no, but that's IPL. That's franchisee cricket. The priorities are different. The franchisee wants something else, but international cricket doesn't happen like that. So they need to play something if they are to continue playing ODI cricket. So as you said, maybe like why not? Like if they do not get to play anything else, those and if they are hell bent on carrying on with their ODI careers, then they might as well play that ODI matches. So as far as I'm concerned, they should be given a good farewell in an ODI series back at home and ask them, and then they can probably beat adieu. I think that will be the best way to go. 2027 is way off. It's like it's too far away. I really don't see them playing till 2027.
Gigi, what is your take?
27 तो definitely बहुत मुश्किल. I mean, Anil Kumble also said the other day, I attended that event, that 25-26 Australian Cricket Summer event in Mumbai. And very clearly, Kumble was very, sort of forthright. He said that it's going to be, they're champion players and they can find a way around it, he said. But then it's not going to be easy for them to sort of, because the ODIs are few and far between, he said. And suddenly ODI खेलना एकदम से जाके और वो सब थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है. So I thought Kumble was spot on. इतना इजी नहीं होगा दोनों के लिए खेलना. गावस्कर सर has also pointed it out, Mr. Sunil Gavaskar. In fact, he says that I don't see them playing in the 27 ODI World Cup. Frankly speaking, रोहित का एक टारगेट काफी टाइम से रहा है 27 ODI World Cup खेलना, which is why he has been at it, reducing his weight and sort of running around at BKC and training and so on and so forth. So they have been, and I think Virat obviously is quite fit. That is one thing in his favor. The way he's batting in the IPL has been sensational. 850s he's got this IPL. I think इतने 50s उन्होंने मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा कब लगाए थे एक IPL में. So form wise, at least Virat is doing well, form and fitness wise. Rohit is facing a struggle definitely, but then in the Champions Trophy we saw that even with sort of 75% fitness he did prove to be effective. और final में उन्होंने वो innings खेला, that match winning knock. So it is going to be a challenge, but then they've taken. I think they find this the easiest format to continue it right now. Because Test met obviously with the moving ball or the spinning ball, they were facing serious issues, with their sort of fading game. And in the T20s, it was about building for the future. So I guess they got a 6 month extra lease purely because of the T20 World Cup being there in June after this thing the ODI World Cup in 23. So इस वजह से उनको वो वर्ल्ड कप खेलने को मिल गया. बट आई थिंक द डील वाज वेरी क्लियर दैट आप ये खेल के और अब आप अनाउंस कर दो रिटायरमेंट, एंड दे स्टक टू देयर वर्ड. द मोमेंट इंडिया वन द वर्ल्ड कप, बोथ ऑफ देम अनाउंस देयर रिटायरमेंट फटाफट. ठीक है. सो गोइंग
Sorry,
I also
sorry.
allowed it. Yeah.
Rohit did announce. Our man on the screen. He asked him only then he announced. Otherwise, he was not going to announce. So please correct yourself.
You would have tweeted the next day, and it would have been more work. Yeah.
I'm told that Virat actually sort of is somebody who sort of looks up to Rohit also at times. I mean, I think there's both of them. दोनों का एक वो synchronization चलता है कि तू चल तो मैं भी चलूंगा, चल तू एक स्टेप आगे रख तो मैं भी रखूंगा, तू अगर अनाउंस करता है रिटायरमेंट मैं करूंगा. I've seen that now. We've seen that with two retirements, that it has happened. It's too coincidental to be simultaneous every time.
Interesting.
So,
And
so if one announces ODI retirement, the other might also.
7 more minutes to go for the toss in the qualifier one. We'll get back to talk about the IPL. We can keep talking about Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli till Kingdom comes home. Dwepan, 7 minutes to go for the toss. Are we going to see a high-scoring qualifier one clash, or is it going to be a middling 180, 170 kind of a clash?
It is. It depends on the pitch that they give. There are different strips in that ground, so you don't know which pitch will be on offer. But I am guessing it will be a good pitch on offer because it's a knockout game. So knockout as in like qualifier. So it's a sense of a knockout. I expect a kind of a 190 210, between 190 to 210 kind of a game. I think that will be that should be that. I do not see it being too much of a high scoring game because teams will be slightly cagey, but it can be about a 190 to 210 kind of a game if the pitch is good.
Gigi, we didn't have a chance to talk to you about the qualifier one. Punjab and RCB took two different routes, but like Dwepan and I were discussing, they've really put their thought into building a squad, and they plucked the gaps. Like Punjab lacked a strong captain and a coach. They've plugged that. RCB lacked a bowling attack. They've plugged that. Is the fact that both of them are playing qualifier one a victory for the planning that they've done?
Definitely. I think Shreyas Iyer has led Punjab Kings beautifully. Shreyas are extremely unlucky to not be picked in India's test side for sure. और वो भी थोड़ा सा अभी controversial लग रहा है मुझे because I think Gautam Gambhir has put it on Ajit Agarkar that the whole Shreyas Iyer dropping being stuck from the England tour. So but Punjab Kings have been playing beautifully and I mean they've had the odd stutter in between. But by and large, with all their personnel now back, and with Ashdeep bowling the way he is, Ashdeep Singh, I think he's going to be the kingpin. And I think Yuzvendra Chahal is also back now. He had a he suffered a finger injury, but he's back for this match. I was told. So that makes them really. But then at the same time, RCB with the way Jitesh Sharma played that innings, the way he finished off the 230 run chase the other day, 228 run chase. I think even RCB are hot favorites now to go on and even win the title with Josh Hazelwood being there. तो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग मुकाबला होने वाला है. आई कांट वी कांट वेट फॉर टू स्टार्ट. सो मेनी पीपल हैव बीन आस्किंग मी कौन जीतेगा राइट फ्रॉम द प्रेस वाला to the servant in the house to the milkman, this that everybody. So that shows us there's a lot of excitement there, which I'm very happy about, that the IPL has managed to regenerate that excitement after this pause, this break. And that's what I was telling people, that ek bar, once the qualifiers playoffs start kick in, then you're going to witness real excitement. And I think वो होने वाला है because remember that apart from Punjab Kings का जो openers है वो तो जबरदस्त नहीं, Prabhsimran Singh and Singh and Priyansh Sharia, and then they have a middle order to die for, in the sense they have I mean finishers, especially with Nihal Vadera being there, Marcus Stoinis भी है वहाँ पर वो भी आ गए हैं, and he is a pure match winner. So they've got the player Marco Jansen. They're going to miss big time, obviously Marco being there, but hopefully they will hope that ये अपने जो एक लंबे फास्ट बॉलर आए न्यूजीलैंड के काइल जेमिसन, he is able to sort of fill in those big shoes. Thankfully, they've got rid of Maxwell, and I think Shashank Singh is the other guy I was talking about, the finisher. So in these three players, they have three key players, and the middle order is obviously held by your Shreyas Iyer, the likes of Shreyas Iyer, and one more named Josh English. So and English was sensational. I thought that match, the last game, I think he scored 73 or 42 balls and helped them win the match against MI only, I think. So काफी strong है Punjab Kings, and it really would take a lot to beat them. And I really hope that, because अब मुझे बुरा ही लग रहा है कि पंजाब और आरसीबी दोनों ने टाइटल नहीं जीता अभी तक. I want either of them to win the title this time. So let's hope that obviously one of them will go straight in the final. दूसरी टीम को एक और मौका मिलेगा. But I hope it's a rematch of the final.
Interesting. So, a brave man, Gaurav, not putting Mumbai or Gujarat as the favorite to win the title. So, let's hope for the best for Gaurav. Dwaipan, what's your take? What's going to be the big key battle which will decide this contest?
I think the key battle should be Hazelwood versus the top order of Punjab. I think that is where the match could be won and lost. Because if Hazelwood gets a couple of quick wickets and then kind of gets into the middle order, early jolt, and in a pressure match like this where Punjab hasn't played a final in a long time, so that can be a very extremely key battle that may decide which way this game is going. And another thing, I think this Punjab, I'll be very keen to see who they are playing in place of Marco Jansen, because Marco Jansen was very quietly key to their success. He was not their number one star, but then he was there every match bowling important overs. So probably they will have to play Azmatullah Omarzai, if I am not wrong. Like they may have to play, I don't know, or Bartlett. I'm not very sure who they will play, but that is a big hole. Like in the bowling attack at this stage of the tournament, it's a big hole that they will have to fill.
Gaurav, I believe the Punjab Kings trainer, Adrian Laru, he's also supposed to join the Indian test side in England. He's been appointed, he had been offered a contract, right? In place of Soham Desai as the trainer when the whole sacking happened last month.
Oh yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. So I think he'll sort of finish off his commitment with but then that means June. I think June 6th को शायद वो फिर निकल जाएंगे जो इंडियन टीम जा रही है June
Okay.
5th की night को या this thing. So till then, obviously, he will be with Punjab Kings, or maybe he'll go 1 or 2 days later. We don't know. But yeah, he's with Punjab Kings, and obviously he's done a fine job. And he had earlier also done a very fine job with this thing with the Indian team. And I'm glad that he's back. I think थोड़ा training को लेके थोड़ा सा issues था trainer को लेके, fitness issues को लेके generally थोड़ा सा concern रहा है. So I guess that is why Leighton has been hired on back on board. बट मुझे बहुत हंसी आती है सब देख के, जब ये चलता है कि अरे इंडियन सपोर्ट स्टाफ होना चाहिए, ये वो, और गौतम गंभीर कभी कभी इंडियन सपोर्ट स्टाफ के बाद बैटिंग कर रहे थे. नाउ यू गॉट मोर एंड मोर फॉरनर्स अराउंड द सिस्टम, which is okay with me. I mean, you hire the best people. This whole logic is complete BS that ये होना चाहिए, वो होना चाहिए, इंडियन होना चाहिए, और इंडियन ट्रेनर्स आर द बेस्ट नाउ, और ये वो कुछ नहीं हुआ है भाई, कुछ नहीं बदला है. You get the best people, you have the money, you pay them, and you ensure that your team gets the best results. Period. And that's there across all sports. So don't pretend that cricket has come very far.
Anyways, news. Yeah,
Chandresh, this the thing about Adrian Leroux was one of the like hardest taskmasters
yeah.
Indian cricket had. Like
I
it's
think
been
the entire
20 years.
Indian team begged him to continue
Uh,
after the 2003 World Cup, but he said, "That's it, I'm done."
because he was disgusted with the fitness culture of that team led by Saurav Ganguly. Like
It,
it was a
it,
very difficult thing for him to adjust to this Indian culture where they did not care for the food, they did not care, they did not like training. So that was a very interesting phase at that point of time. You and I were we were doing on ground reporting those days, so we kind of know what it was. Because
and
Ganguly.
John Ryder mentioned in his book that he was not even given he and the physio. I think I'm forgetting Andrew Lipas. I
I
think they
don't
were not even
Ganguly.
given proper contracts. He kept screaming it to the board, kept telling the board कि उनको proper contracts do so that they will continue to be here. But they were not given contracts in time, and that's
I
why
wonder, I
they
wonder,
chose to
I,
go
I
elsewhere.
I wonder, Dwepan, who was in charge of BCCI at that time. Anyways, that's a different topic altogether. The news coming in from Chandigarh or Mullanpur or New Chandigarh is the fact that Rajat Patidar is at the toss. He's fit. He's playing. And the toss is just about going to happen. I'll keep you updated about that. So, who was in charge then, Dwepan?
Do I have to tell you? Jaguda?
uh, Anyways, that was a different era altogether. Uh,
Hmm.
Completely different era. I'll just tell you about the toss. The news is just about filtering in. Uh, Punjab has flipped the coin, and I think it's Rajat Patidar who won the toss. So the news coming in from New Chandigarh, Mullanpur, take your pick. Rajat Patidar has won the toss, and so we'll shortly update you on what happens in that particular match. And Bengaluru are fielding, so that's going to be interesting. Before we wind up, both of you, Gaurav first. Who's winning this contest?
Bangalore are fielding, so RCB are in with a chance. Due padega, North है. I think Bangalore RCB are in with a chance to win this one.
Dwepan, what's your take?
They won the toss, so yeah, RCB should be the favorite. Should be the favorite for this game. Yeah.
So basically, you're saying Isala Cup Namde.
unless
That's
unless they run
still
into
far away.
Mumbai.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You picked the right team. Gaurav is not, but let's see what happens in this contest. All of you sitting at home, we've picked our choice for this particular contest. What do you think? Remember, you can comment, like, share, and subscribe the channel that you're watching us on. Or if you're on YouTube, remember to press the notification bell, and we'll be with you right through this T20 extravaganza. That's it for today. We'll be back again tomorrow to look at Eliminator Clash. Till then, take very, very good care of yourselves. We'll be back tomorrow. Goodbye and God bless from all three of us, gentlemen, Dwepan and Gaurav, and from me and from the backend team. Thanks a lot for joining us today. Goodbye.